Hey, 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 welcome to Breakfast at Chachi's. I am your host, Chachi the Goddess, and I am here with my lovely brother, KJ. Yay! So I've decided to make him my first guest on my podcast.
Obvious first choice.
Right. So I haven't been home for a while. You guys, I've been in Florida for about 4 years. So, I decided to interview my brother and let him interview me. So I told him to come up with 5 questions to ask me, and I have 5 questions that I'm going to ask him. So let's see how this goes. Welcome, KJ.
Thank you for having me. This is my first podcast, and I'm happy to be able to do it with my family. My precious sister. She my big sister, but she my little sister at the same time, because I gotta look out for her.
That's right.
But my first question to you is, what was your dream occupation? Are you living it, pursuing it, or have you found a different calling?
Oh, well, yes. You know what? I have been very fortunate to have kind of crossed out all the boxes. I wanted to be a writer. I am a writer. I'm an author. Naked by Egypt is out, and Gunshine will be out very soon too.
On Amazon, make sure to buy.
Please do. Just to plug that in. I also had the dream of opening a childcare. I did that. I also had the dream of opening a salon. I did that. And I also wanted to have a store. I did that as well. So right now, I'm trying to find other things to inspire me because I went through a patch where I just was uninspired and I just didn't know what else to do. But recently, I got a little spark back and I'm starting to write Gunshine, which is a novel. It's a fiction novel. And it's loosely based on me, but it's not completely based on me. But I do have, it is inspired by me. So, that's the new thing. And of course, me, taking care of my kids and things like that. But I have been very fortunate to have kind of crossed out all those boxes, you know?
You want to ask your question?
Oh, so we're going one and one. Oh, okay, that's cool. So I started off light. You started off like boom. I didn't want to do that. So my first question is, what is something that you love about Los Angeles? We are from Los Angeles, okay? We are from South Central Los Angeles at that. Okay. At the core, born and raised. So that's the first question for me. That's a good question.
I think the thing I love most about Los Angeles is that this is quite literally the place where anything can happen. There's a lot of diversity here.
It is.
As far as diversity, you can meet people of any ethnicity here.
That's
meet
right.
Different cultures. Every type of food is out here.
Right.
You can try everything. Everything is just here.
Right.
So I think that's probably my favorite thing about Los Angeles. As also, I love how rooted and deeply connected our culture is as far as the Black community. We're always there for each other.
That's right.
And yeah, that's.
I think that's a part of gang culture too, though.
Gang culture for sure.
I think that's a part of gang culture.
Because at the end of the day, we ain't always doing right.
Yeah.
But we do. Sometimes you got to do wrong to make things right. And sometimes, that's just how it is. And nobody's perfect. Everybody make mistakes.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that's all I got to say about Los Angeles.
It's very much so like, I can talk shit to you, but can't nobody else talk shit to you. Like, I can sit here and go punch my cousin, but let you punch my cousin, we jumping you.
Yeah.
It's very much so like that.
Right.
I think that's in a lot of different places, but it's definitely like that in LA. Right. It's definitely like that in LA. That damn dog is crying at the door. Listen, let me tell you something. We have a dog named Rambo, and he goes up the street to get him some. He don't take no care of them kids.
He's a deadbeat.
And he's a deadbeat, and he's crying to go up the street, but he's not finna go back over there making no more babies. So if y'all hear him at the door, excuse him. Okay, your question.
Next question. All right. My next question. Um, how well are you at separating yourself from ego? Do you feel like people and situations tend to force you to betray your character?
Yes. You know what? I just got out of a relationship that I feel like was very much so ego driven on both sides, not just mine. Um, I think that when there's so much pride involved, I'm a Capricorn, so we have a lot of pride. When there's a lot of pride going on, you're driven by ego. And when you feel like the other person's not listening to you or they're disregarding your feelings, you tend to hear that dog.
So it's disregarding his feelings.
Yeah, that's when you feel like your feelings are disregarded by the other party, you tend to step into your ego. And I think, I don't feel like I started off that way. I think along the way I developed into my ego because I felt like I wasn't being heard. Now I'm absolutely trying to step out my ego and actually just be genuine, but that takes a lot. Because that takes a lot, because that's you completely opening yourself up to everything, and you being vulnerable and being honest with your feelings. And when you're being honest and open, it also leaves you open to be disappointed or to get rejected or let down. And I think a lot of us are just walking around with this mask on all the time. All of it's not okay to be hurt.
Like a defense mechanism.
Yeah, it's not okay to be sad. It's like, okay, something happened to you, you have to get up and be like, oh well, fuck it. But that's not human. You can sit there and pretend that all day, but when you go home at night and you lay your head on that pillow, you're gonna feel those emotions because you're human. And in 2024, it's not okay to be human. We're supposed to walk around like Tesla robots, and that's just not.
It's not healthy.
It's not healthy for one. It's very toxic, and it's not real. It's not real, and I really feel like social media plays a part in that because, we're not memes. You know what I mean? We're real people, and I feel like we all need to step out of our ego and actually hear somebody for what they're saying and not just, care about how you feel, but, and then understand that it's not me against you, it's us against the problem.
Right.
So no, I'm definitely working on that still. Especially since I'm out of that relationship, that I feel like I had to be ego driven all the time because the other person was that way, and the only way that I can fill my cup is if I did that. But I still was left with empty cups, so I can't really say that. But I'm definitely working on me and doing the work, because you can't go to sleep one day and just be like, I'm a changed person. You have to choose change and choose it every single day. And choose to walk in your healing. I have those moments where I'm still triggered. I have those moments where, I reflect back and be like, yeah, okay, you tried it. But at the same token, I still say, okay, that happened. Let's move forward. What does God want me to learn from this? Because everything is a lesson. What am I supposed to learn from this? What am I supposed to take from this? And you move on. The answer?
That was an amazing answer. I don't think I could have answered it better myself.
Period. Look. Okay. Second question. What is something you hate about LA?
1 second. We're rolling. Oh, little nigga.
He ain't gonna cry here. I don't care if you get on camera.
For everybody wondering, this is a little nigga that was crying at the door. This
Crazy.
is my son Rambo. Oh, then he gone. All right. What was the question?
What is something that you hate about LA?
Hate about LA. I think the thing I hate most about LA is I feel like probably here more than everybody else, anywhere else, people feel that they gotta put a mask on. I feel like as much as I love LA, I still feel like it's probably one of the most phoniest places on earth.
Definitely.
And it's very hard to be genuine here.
Definitely.
Because I've tried to be genuine myself multiple times. And you end up hurt 9.9 times out of 10, and it's not a good feeling.
No. Yeah.
But
it's like everyone's out for what they can get.
Yes.
And then here, especially here, it's like, okay, this is Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
This is this. Everybody's into a persona.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's into, oh, okay, yes, no, I'm a vegan, but you go eat you a damn burger. You know what I mean? Go to 7-Eleven, go get you some hot wings and mm-hmm. slaughter them down, but on Instagram, you're a vegan. Mm-hmm. Or, I hate McDonald's. Knowing damn well you order you a number 2 and a sweet tea when you possibly can. Or it's, I work out and, you done got your body done. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it is very fake here because it's like everyone's trying to keep up with the times. Mm-hmm. Social media plays a lot of this shit. It's social media.
It's social media. They want to. Because the thing about social media, people are only going to post their best moments.
That's right.
You're never going to see they lows.
Right.
You're never going to see.
And if you do,
it's because they want something out of it. They want sympathy or, it's nothing.
Go fund me.
You want some money. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think that's probably the thing I hate most about LA is that it's very hard to find genuine people here.
It is. I think so too.
Would you like my next?
I would like your next question.
Do you consider yourself an extrovert or an introvert?
Oh. So I used to consider myself an introvert, right? But what I know now is that I'm not I'm an introvert, but I'm an extrovert around the right people, mm-hmm. around the right atmosphere. I'm very much so an empath, and I can feel energy.
Right.
So in the same breath, I won't let the room affect me, but the room can affect me.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
No, I get you.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm still going to be Chachi the goddess. I'm still going to be who I am, but I can still feel all those emotions. And as I'm getting older, I'm learning to deal with them in different ways because everybody knows, like, if I would get into a party or a group, I'm going to go isolate for myself. If it's 5 hours for a good 2 hours, I'm going to be outside chilling somewhere by the pool or outside, somewhere away from everybody. Then I'll come back and parlay, but I do need to my battery sometimes does run out.
Recharge it.
Yeah, and I have to go away and recharge it for a while.
Yeah, that's what I call it, social battery.
Yeah, so, but I am an extrovert around the right people and the right circumstances and the right atmosphere. So I think I'm a little bit of both.
That's a good thing to be.
Yeah, because I'll read you like, somebody will meet me be like, she's so quiet. And then people that know me be like, no, she not. Quiet who? Quiet where?
Sometimes you just got to get a feel for people.
Sometimes you have to get a feel for people.
Not only people, but your environment too.
Your environment too.
So.
And I don't trust everybody. Right. And I don't trust everybody to know me. Mm-hmm. And I don't feel like everybody is worth my conversation or time. And that's not being...
my sister.
Yeah, and that's not me being like, oh, who does she think she is? It's just... the people who are important to me get my energy. Mm-hmm. And if I'm out here wasting it on everybody, how am I going to show up for them or even myself? So I'm not giving everybody my energy. For what?
10 out of 10.
Thank you. Okay. My next question is... what is something you would tell your younger self?
That's a good one.
If you had the opportunity...
is it just one thing?
Anything. If you had the opportunity to get your younger self and sit them right in a chair in front of you, what would you tell them? What would you tell you?
That's a good one. Probably don't let people take you out of your character. Because it's a lot of times where, because I'm a very chill person, and I hate being in conflicts. Conflict, it's the part of life. It happens. But if I can avoid it, I will. But sometimes people could take you out of your character and push you into a situation where you'll crash out and you really don't want to. And then you got to go home and you're sitting there like, damn, I really didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
And then you got to sit there and feel bad about yourself because you did something you really didn't want to do.
Yeah.
So if I could go back, I would probably tell myself that, to not let people take you out of your character.
But you know what? To piggyback on that, I think that's necessary.
You think so?
For growth, yes.
Okay.
I think that if you did not crash out and you did not know what that felt like, you wouldn't have grew from the situation.
That's true.
You know what I mean? I think sometimes it takes us crashing out to be like, yo, this not good for me.
Yeah.
So let's think about it like this. You're recognizing it. So let's say you had no emotion towards something that's toxic for you. Or it's like this. What if we had no reaction to burns? Knowing that burns could kill us, right? Mm-hmm. It can kill you, but you had no reaction to it. Right. You can just touch it and feel nothing. No, you being able to feel the heat is letting you know that this is destroying you. The reaction is letting you know this is toxic for you and you need to go. Right. You know what I mean? Even though sometimes, people make us feel bad for, you're crashing out. So what? Crash out. As many times you need to, because guess what? When you crash out that last time, you ain't gonna never want to do it again. When you know that you done crash out and you done really damaged some shit. Yeah. Or you done really felt something that you don't ever want to feel again, I guarantee that you fix it. Right. You're going to fix it. And if you can't fix it on the first try, you're going to work towards fixing it. Because you don't never want to feel like that again. That's true. It's necessary for growth. That's true. So.
Well, let me change my answer then.
Yeah, change your answer.
Let me see. It's a couple of things. You kind of got me on the spot. Because I feel like everybody will have a hard time with this one. Because it's so much stuff you would probably want to go back and tell your younger self. Yeah. Like, hey, don't do this, don't do that. But if you think about it as a growth perspective, you may not want to do that because something that may have hurt you or something that may have hurt you, it could have made you stronger and made you who you are today. And you may not be the good qualities that you have in yourself, you may not have received because you didn't learn from that experience. Right. But if I can change my answer,
you want me to give you mine?
Yeah, give me yours.
I would tell my younger self that it's okay to cry and you're going to be fine as fuck. Yep.
Can see the ass.
Yep. Okay, and it's okay, it's okay to have a little meat on your bones too. I would tell myself that too.
That was a good one though. It's okay to cry. So I think it's a lot of men out there that feel like it's not okay to cry.
It is.
Myself included. I didn't feel like. Let me tell y'all this. Guys, men, it is okay to cry, but just make sure you choose who you cry in front of correctly.
There you go.
Because not everybody deserves your tears, and not everybody needs to see that side of you. And that goes for everybody, to be honest, not just men.
Cry to God.
Cry to God. God got your back always, 100%. But make sure you choose the right people to cry in front of, because some people will see your vulnerability and take advantage of you.
Yeah. And cry for the right reasons.
Cry for the right reasons, of course.
Cry for the right reasons. Don't be out here damaging shit and then crying. I'm just saying.
No, that came from somewhere else. You got some personal problems you want to
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I got somebody in my house. No.
I'm just saying, like, look, take accountability too. Right. You know what I mean? It's still okay to cry and have your emotions, but you also take accountability. Take accountability. Not saying that you're always crying because, somebody didn't do something to you, but also acknowledge if you've done something to somebody else. Right. You know what I mean? Still have your emotions because you're human. Everybody's human and God forgives everybody. But understand that people don't forgive everybody. Okay? People don't forgive everybody. They don't have to. The only person that has to forgive you and love you is God and your mama. And just understand that.
Is it? You asked the last question, right? So it's my turn?
It's your turn.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Have you figured out who you are? And if you have, what was the turning point / realization that made you who you are today?
Well, I do know who I am. I still feel like I'm learning myself. Because we change. I'm not the same person I was a year ago. I'm not the same person I was 5 years ago. So I feel like knowing yourself is constantly evolving and then learning that new person who you are. You know what I mean? I do know a big turning point with me was becoming a mother at 19. And then also with me having Channing, 9 months ago, I changed. I definitely changed. I feel like I've recently changed. Um, and I'm learning that new me of what I'm tolerating and what I'm willing not to tolerate, what I'm going to tolerate, what I'm not going to tolerate, what I want, what's good for me and what's not good for me. And I feel like that's a journey in itself. And I think that happens with also crashing out and hurting and going through moments and grieving and disappointment. Um, and even also going through trauma because trauma it's scientifically proven that trauma alters your brain. Scientifically proven that trauma alters your brain. So, I definitely know the core of me, my morals, my character. I know I'm funny, typically life of the party. But overall, I do know who I am, but I am learning different parts of myself that I haven't explored before. So,
that's another thing I feel like people have like a misconception with is that a person needs to stay one way or be one way or you can't be no other way. Mm-hmm. We're people and we can branch out in different types of directions. We're not gonna be one way.
Right.
We're gonna one day we may think a certain way and the next day we can have some type of experience that make you change the whole way you just
right.
Right. So
those life moments and those come from God too. Because God he makes you go through things to shift you. And that's only if you listen. If you listen and do the work, because I'm still doing the work. I'm not perfect, but I do wake up every day trying to be better than I was yesterday. And that's all it is. I still get triggered, of course. I still go through what I go through, but I choose to show up every single day and continue on this healing journey. You know what I mean? Maya Angelou at your age was a prostitute. She died one of the greatest poets of her time. You know what I mean? Malcolm X was a thief and a robber. And he died. Come on now. Like, you know what I mean? So where you start is not where you end.
Right.
If you continue and you do the work and you allow God to shift you and take you down the path, nothing's just in life is just straight. You're gonna go through all these different things to get there. You know what I mean? And it's necessary because at the end of the day, we have to believe that everything that we do comes together for the greater good of ourselves, through God. So I'm at the point where I'm just trusting God. I don't have a worry. I know God showed up for me. I know he's around me. I know he's here. So I'm basically just like, you know what, God, whatever you need me to do, whatever you need me to go through, let's do it. I'm here. I know you're here. So, and I know at the end of the day, you're going to take care of me. So let's do it. You know, that's how I feel about it.
Right.
So, yeah, I think I pretty know, I pretty much know, who I am, but I do not know exactly what God wants me to be.
I feel like nobody really knows.
I don't think you're supposed to know.
Supposed to know. That's the point.
No. Well, I think when you figure that out, you die. Your purpose is done. No point of you being here. If you over here walking on water, why are you down here with us? You need to be up there with him. Because we sinners around here. So, I mean, that means mission completed. I'm not trying to be mission completed. Not this young. I still want to. I'm young. I'm still a spruce chicken out here.
You're funny.
So, yeah, I think once you figure that out, it's mission complete, mission accomplished, and you go on to glory. But I think for the most part, I have who I am figured out. I just don't know exactly who God wants me to be. I know I have a plan for my life. I know there's a big plan for my life. I've always known that I was different. I've always known that I was chosen, and that's not just to toot my own horn, but toot. And that's just me having self-awareness. And if that bothers you, you need to go figure yourself out. Because if I think I'm the shit, you should think you're the shit too. And if you don't, that's a personal problem. But I do know who I am. I just don't know exactly who God is gonna make me become.
Mold you into.
Mm-hmm. But I'm here for it.
That was a good answer. That was a good answer.
Thank you. My turn. Okay. So, what would you change about your past? You can change anything about your past. What would you change?
That's a good one. Anything to change. Damn, I'm gonna get back to you on that one.
You want me to give you a different question?
You got another one?
Yeah, I got. You did 4 apparently.
Yeah, I got one more, but it's for the end.
Okay, boom. Okay, well, this is my other question.
So I'm gonna think about
this
that.
This one was supposed to be for the end too, but
I mean, I can think about it, but it might take me a minute.
Okay. Okay. What is your favorite memory of me?
My favorite memory of you. I think my favorite memory of you is it was on my, I want to say, 11th birthday. On my 11th, I think it was my 11th birthday. I think so. You had mom. I forgot what happened. It was some case. I don't think y'all ever told me why, but she was gone somewhere. She wasn't there for my birthday, and our dad. I
ain't gonna put her business out there, but I know where she was.
She was somewhere, but it was my birthday, and my sister. I was worried on her birthday because Pops was doing what he was doing. Mom was wherever she was at the time, and my sister came through. I woke up. She had balloons. She had food cooked. She had me invite all my little friends on the block. I think we had ice cream and stuff too. And I had loved you so much for that because I knew at that moment that you really loved me. You was really gonna be there for me. Because when you're younger, you kind of things kind of sway your emotion very easily. Yeah. And I know y'all got some siblings out there. Y'all siblings too. Y'all be going through it with y'all siblings.
Well, we're 8 years apart.
Yeah, we're 8 years apart. So it wasn't always as easy for us to communicate with each other.
Right.
Because she was older than me, and I may not have understood her ways or her intentions because I was a child at the time. But yeah, I think that was probably the best moment because you had did that for me, and I think I was having some issues with you at the time. You was a little mean. You was still finding yourself. You was a little mean, but you had did that for me. I was like, okay, no matter what we go through, she got my back if I really need her.
Yeah, because I mean, if it was around 10, 11, I think it was your 10th birthday. Mm-hmm. I was 18, and I was grown, and I was still figuring out life.
Sure.
And I was still a baby, and I think I was like pregnant at the time. I think I was pregnant at the time with Elijah. And Yeah, I think I was pregnant. I was like big pregnant. And I was like, I gotta figure this out for my brother, because I knew the circumstances and I knew, mom was gone. And in our household, our family, birthdays are a big deal.
Very big.
It's a big deal. Like birthdays are a big deal. We celebrate birthdays, like Christmas, because you never know if you're gonna get another one. So we're really, really big on birthdays. And I knew, the situation with my mom. It's not that she didn't want to be there; she couldn't be there. And the first thing I was like, well, what the hell am I gonna do? I was just on my brother's birthday, and I know my mom, if she was here, she would have had something already planned. So I just did what I could. I didn't have a car. I was really, really big pregnant. I think I had like an EBT card or something like that. And I went to go get like food, and I got some balloons from the corner store. And I just told his little friends to come over, and he was so happy with that. The thing is that kids spell love Time. It's not even nothing extravagant. It's just showing up for them. And I still felt bad that I couldn't give you everything that I wanted to give you, but I my brother was not celebrating nothing. We was gonna celebrate something. I don't give a damn if I had to sit here and have a box and make me some candles. We was gonna celebrate something. Long story short, my mama did end up popping up at the end of the day when she could, and she came with the bike, which definitely made his day. But oh, Jeremiah, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, that's one of my core memories of us. Like, cause that was when I tell you that was the moment where I was like, that's my big sister. She got my back. It was definitely that moment right there. And I don't think I know you when you got family, you always want to give them the world, and you always want to see them at their happiest. But I'm gonna be honest with you, King. I don't think I could have been any happier because I was very happy at that moment. You really made my day.
Yeah, and I know you were missing your mom, and you was asking questions, and I was just like,
You couldn't answer.
I couldn't answer. It's not even that I couldn't answer. It's just like you were too young. Yeah. It wasn't appropriate for me to tell you. Yeah. And I didn't want you to worry because I already was worried, and I just didn't want. I just wanted you to have a good birthday.
Well, let me tell you, from me to you, I did. It was a pleasant birthday.
I forgot all about that. Okay, your next question.
This is my question, my final question. Wait, do you have one more?
I have one more.
Give me that one, and then we'll end it off.
It's the what would you change about your past?
Right. If I could change anything about my past, I think that also ties into the other question you asked me, and what could I tell myself, my younger self, and I think it would be to go back and tell myself, don't be afraid to fuck up. Yeah. So I think my biggest issue right now is I was afraid of failure. I didn't want to fail, and failure is where you get that's where your real growth is.
That's where you get your grit from. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then when you fail and you bounce back, it's like it's nothing. I don't feel like it's nothing I can't do. Right. Because I fell, came back. Mm-hmm. I fell, came back. I done been up, been down. I done sit there and making 100 bands and then going to make nothing. I done lost it all, came back. You ain't a hustler if you ain't lost it all and came back. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, that would definitely be what I would change. It would be to go back to myself. Don't be afraid to fuck up. Don't be afraid.
So you got to step out there.
Definitely.
Step out there, definitely.
You ready for my last question?
Last question.
If you could have anyone on your podcast next, who would it be and why?
Ooh. Beyonce. No. Anyone on my podcast next, and who would it be? I want Mom to come on.
That's a good choice. That's good.
I think me and Mom could unpack some stuff on here.
Definitely.
I think that I know you were looking for this extravagant person and answer, but I really do.
No, honestly, I think it was two picks I had in the back of my mind. It was either gonna be Mom, or it was gonna be, the extravagant person. But I was leaning more towards Mom.
I feel like also I would love to have Mom and Dad in the same room. I think that would be fucking hilarious. Cause listen, they're ignorant, y'all. Together, they're really smart people, but together they're very ignorant. Like, it's like y'all had two of the most beautiful people on the planet, and y'all just be. It ain't even be my daddy. I ain't even gonna lie. It's really my mama. It's like, and the man be wanting no smoke, and she want all the smoke.
He's a very kind of like passive person.
Yeah,
he's not really gonna pop off until you really get him there.
But him being so passive also pisses you off.
Yeah, it do.
It pisses you off too, because sometimes passive could be looked at as not giving a fuck. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then my mom, she gives a fuck. So it's like, I think the reason why they did work for so long, because one person is chill. You gotta have a chill person, right? And until they don't. And but I think that'd be epic. I think, look, I will never forget. My mama was going off on my daddy, going off like she always do. And my daddy never really spoke up like that. This particular day, I guess he said, "I'm tired of your shit," and she said, "It's all right, Mama love this line too. It's all right. It's all right. Because I can show you better than I can tell."
That's her line.
That's her favorite line. And he said, "You've been telling me that for years. And you still ain't showed me shit." I said, "No, Daddy, no." And I said, "You've been fucking man his whole life. Whole life."
Oh,
and you
no, Dad, he really don't want no, but he will be about the smoke.
He'll be about the smoke if he got to, but he really only wanted no smoke. But it's all right, because he got a daughter that'll take all the smoke, all of it. Chimney, train, all of it. So that is the end of our 5 questions apiece.
I think we did good.
I think we did good too. I think we did good. We will definitely be back. Okay. I don't know how this shit work. I'm gonna figure it out. Subscribe, whatever the fuck you're supposed to do on YouTube. Look, this is new, and I'm still figuring it out.
I'll try to be a little less more camera shy. This is my first time.
This is first time.
I'm gonna figure it out.
He will be back. I'm gonna have some more guests as well. I believe Miss LaQuee Experience LXP Co is next. So thank you guys for joining us. See you later.
God bless.
Love and light.